Hey everyone, welcome to the College Chess Podcast. Please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. That is very important, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. That is very important for the channel to grow. And also, thank you for my subscribers as always. So, I'm going to do the match preview between West Ham United versus Chelsea. Also, I'm going to talk about the latest transfer news as always. So I will start with the transfer news because I think we have a lot of things to cover. I've been away for a while now. I'm back. Hopefully, I can do a watch along tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able. I'll see because my network recently have been giving me some issues. But again, I'm here now. Hopefully, we can talk about Chelsea Football Club. So, as you all know, the first game against Crystal Palace, we draw 1-1, which was not the best outcome that you always wanted. So, yeah, man, let's see what happened. Please like and subscribe, people. Please like and subscribe. Big up, puppy. Big up, puppy. If you like to join the panel, should I send you the link? Bonjour. I don't know French, bro, but again, I'm gonna say buenos dias in Spanish. I actually know a little bit of Spanish, so I'm gonna say buenos dias. But again, big up, my friend. If you like me to send you the link, you're most welcome. I'll send you the link on X. Let me know the comment section. And thank you for joining. So we have this news from Patrick Berger, right? It says breaking. Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea are in direct talks over a loan move for Aaron Asemino. Chelsea have proposed a double deal to Dortmund, Kanichiko Meka, and a permanent transfer and Asemino on loan. Dortmund are targeting a young and talented centre back. Talks with Chelsea remain ongoing. Dortmund discuss the name Asemino internally. You know what? I wouldn't mind this. I wouldn't mind this. I think this will be a fantastic signing. But again, they have to give this boy enough game time to develop. Overall, for me, I want him to be loan in the Premier League. That's my own opinion. But again, if he goes to Dortmund, hopefully they can give him minutes. That's the issue I'm having at the moment. But again, let's see what will happen, right? Let's see what will happen. But for me personally, I wanted him to go to the Premier League. Maybe Bournemouth, Fulham, those kind of teams. But again, hopefully, when he goes to Dortmund, he'll get enough game time. And to follow up on that, we have a transfer guru, Fabrizio Romano. It says Dortmund are not in advanced talk with Chelsea to sign Kaneshika make a permanent deal from Chelsea. Chelsea always requested permanent, and the deal is advancing. Dortmund also want Aselmino on loan, as per Patrick Berger. So for me personally, like I said, I think this deal suit both parties. But again, Dortmund should pay the money, man. I'm tired of Dortmund. How long they've been on organization for time for kind of Chukwemeka right now? It's been a long right now. So hopefully they can get this deal done because we're a few days before the transfer window closes. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for Nkunku to go to get Xavi Simons. So let's see. So let's see, guys. Please like and subscribe. I'm driving now. When I reach home, I will join. No problem, bro. No problem. You let me know so that I can send you the link then. You let me know. And drive safe. Drive safe, please. It's all matters. Just drive safe. Uh, Diamond trying to be cheap. Bro, you know this team, right? That's my issue with them. They think they are funny. It says they don't give anyone a discount, but always asking they are worse than Italian clubs. Bro, how many times did we pursue the deal to sign Jamie Gittins? Ah man, and we got him via what they wanted. So overall, I think this team is disrespecting us. So let's see what will happen. But guys, if you haven't subscribed, please kindly subscribe to the channel and also like so that the YouTube algorithm can push the stream to further people. But we have a lot of news to dive in, right? So guys, if you're watching and you subscribe to the channel, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. So to follow up on that, Fabrizio Roman says Arsenal already said yes to Dortmund loan. Can it Chukwemeka throwing one Dortmund? Chelsea informed Dortmund that Arsenal will only be possible if Kanich deal is permanent. I think this is smart business. I think this is a smart business. I think this is a smart business. You get Arsenal on our own terms. I actually like that. Tiger Beast. Big up, Tiger. Tiger. Big up, Tiger. Tiger. Come on. Tiger. Okay, let me move on. I'll wait for him. So this one it says Bournemouth are in explorative talks with Chelsea for Axel disaster over potential loan move with option to buy. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know whether disaster will go to Bournemouth. I don't know. I don't know. For me personally, if I was Chelsea, I would only agree this if they pay the whole wages. Big up, Tiger. Tiger.
Big up. Today's day has been worse. Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, I can hear
My
you right
brother.
now. Seems like you're having a McDonald's Wi-Fi today.
I don't know what happened. I guess something happened today to my Wi-Fi or something. Now it's good, I guess, right? It's good.
Yeah, it's much better. But even though I can hear you clearly, but again, it's much better.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah,
So how have you been?
I've been good. I've been good, man. I've been working on my studies, and yeah, man. I joked on Coach Eli's channel that I'm a tigress. I go into the jungle and then come back. Yeah, that happens with me. Anyways, so how have
Yeah.
been you, and how is it going? How is the world champion feeling kicking in?
Ah man, I'm good. I can't complain. I can't complain. So let's go straight into it, right? Now, this is Bournemouth are in explorative talks with Chelsea for accept this as over potential loan move with an option to buy. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think this deal will suit both parties?
So, if I'm not wrong, Tibago, I guess Bournemouth has have lost a lot of players, right? This season, they have lost a lot of players. If I'm not wrong, Mbumo was of Bournemouth. United got Mbumo. He was from Bournemouth, if I'm not wrong. Anyways, so he was there, and a few more players Bournemouth have lost. So people in chat can tell me if I'm wrong. So I guess they need players. Bournemouth, they have lost a lot of players, and they have been a good side overall last season as well. They have been a challenging side to play in their home. So yeah, I'm not amazed that they're going for Axel Disasi. And let's be honest, he was a good talent. He has a good potential, but the way he play at Chelsea, uh, maybe that's not the best. Though he has showed some real value in some games, at least I feel that he has got some potential in some games. But again, I don't think so. He is gonna be a long term solution here at Chelsea. So yeah, let's see if they're gonna accept the loan deal. Though I think they must, we should keep insisting at least till the end of the transfer deadline day for a obligation to buy rather than an option to buy, because then when you have an obligation to buy, it's much better. Then you know that a player is sold now. For an option to buy, you end up, more like in a Sancho situation. Now look at him; he's not gonna go to AS Roma, and he's just stuck. So that's not a very good situation for any club. So if we are trying to sell him out, we should, insist on the obligation to buy clause. But let's see what happens.
Um, Papi says no, and also it says they have money, no option to buy, only obligation. And I agree with him because they sold
Yeah,
there are two center backs, right? Hoisin and Zabani to PSG and Real Madrid. So already have money, but also they've signed some players. I think they've signed already two center backs. So that's why maybe they want an experienced one, like some Excel Disasi. But with an option, I think, like I said, I don't think it's a good deal for us. Option. Let it be an obligation to buy. And also big up to on our says big up them. We'll try to join in the next 15 minutes. Okay, bro, no problem. So what are your thoughts about an obligation to buy? Like I said, they already sold their two best center backs. So why would we allow an option to buy while we already know these guys already have money? That's the issue.
yeah. So that's what I was saying, right? we need to insist on the obligation to buy clause. And Papi is right. They have money. As I said, they have sold a lot of players, so really doesn't make any sense. Are you on mute, Tobago? I can't hear you. Just check once.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was just
All
saying,
right.
yeah, I was just saying, please like and subscribe, people, if you're watching. And I want us to react on this new T-shirt before we move on to the transfer because Chelsea launched a third key today, a beautiful third key. So for me personally, if I had money, I'll go to the shop right now and buy it. But again, I need to save money in order to get this. Overall, what are your thoughts about this Chelsea third T-shirt?
Oh man, it's beautiful. It's if you have seen that movie, Back from the Future, I guess that's the name. So yeah, I guess this is a time travel kind of a thing for us. And the logo is so good. It's so retro. Overall, black and white never goes out of fashion. So I guess that's a very good proposition. And they're also trying to sell it as they're also trying to market it as a blend of youth and a blend of the past. So yes, it's kind of a very good proposition to market as well. And all the players are also looking very good at. But I guess the photos that have come right now, this kit will look actually better on the field. So I'm waiting whenever we will play with this kit. So let's. But yeah, I mean, awesome kit. That logo especially is too great. I personally think the white circular ring could have been golden, to just highlight that we are the world champions. But anyways, yeah, that's a design choice, and as also Dante highlighted, must have been a case that they have made this jersey much before the uh, you know Club World Cup. So yeah, that can be a case. But I would have loved a golden ring uh, around the logo. But anyways, that's just my opinion. And welcome, Dante. And yeah, that's my opinion about it.
Yeah, 100%. Big up, Dante. Welcome. And
Big up,
also
guys.
welcome. Well, I can see you say it's CFC Dante World Champion. I think there's a perfect name.
Yeah,
So,
uh,
so overall, what are your
gotta
thoughts
gotta
about
gotta
the
celebrate
kit?
that. Yeah, the kit's
Over,
very nice. Yeah, big up to everyone in the chat as well. Yeah, look, very nice kit. I like the throwback to our late 90s, early 2000s. So it's a nice throwback to a kit we wore before. So it's very nice. It's got the old badge that we used to wear before we changed to the new one. So yeah, I like it. That's sort of the time I started supporting, a little bit earlier than that, but not too much earlier than that. So yeah, it's a very nice kit. I like the black, always looks good. With the white and the blue sleeves, it just makes it pop out a bit more. With the gold badge, well, they can't put it in the middle with this one because of the design, so they might put it on. It might go on the side there, just on the side, like where we have our current badge. Might go there. Maybe they might put it there or on the sleeve, but we'll see. I'm sure UEFA has a bit of a rule with that as well, where to put it. They probably want it to be seen on the front of the shirt, so we might have to adjust it a little bit there. But I guess it could go on that their left hand side there. It could maybe work there, looking at it from that angle. So if not on the sleeve, is fine as well. But overall, yeah, I love the shirt. I love anything like that's a bit of a throwback like that.
yeah, even Tiger said the same thing. He wanted us to add the gold thing on the what you call on the t-shirt, like on the side and everything.
Yeah,
So actually,
I personally feel if they just add a golden ring around the logo, that would be enough. But I agree with Dante. I guess It's not as simple as that. You have your hands tied with FIFA and everything.
Not with FIFA.
Yeah,
Not with.
yeah,
They won't allow that. They want it as freestanding on its own. They wouldn't allow that. I doubt that very much. But yeah, that would look really good too. Yeah, that would actually look amazing. But I doubt they'll allow that. Even with the new shirts now, they apparently we had to move it a little bit. So because they weren't really happy where it was, then they wanted it to move it up a bit. So you have to, unfortunately, FIFA's the governing body. If that's their badge, unfortunately, they have the power to tell you that. So yes,
yeah.
it is what it is.
Even on the new kid, and I don't know if it's just my opinion, but it looks, like Chelsea logo and then the FIFA World Cup logo. It looks too much cluttered out there. So yeah, but again, as you said, it's FIFA. Our hands are tied. And,
That's the point.
yeah.
They want theirs to stand out more than our logo. That's the whole point. They're number one.
Hundred
Let's move
percent, and
ahead.
big up to IB, big up my bro, and also Papi says Bournemouth made a lot of money from player sales. We loaned them, kept away with option, and they never brought him. So I think it's talk about the actual disaster situation. Me and Tiger already talked about it, but Dante, what are your thoughts about uh, Bournemouth one actual disaster on a loan with an option to buy? Do you think that is a good deal for us?
No, no, we'll want to sell him, obviously, but that would be a last resort option. If we can't sell him to anyone, well, it will have to be a loan because there's no other option. Um, it gets him at least off the books, gets a bit of money back. That adds to it, takes a bit of the money off, and it doesn't stay, and you can't register him. So yeah, we'll need to loan him, but that's why these clubs are coming now, and they all changed their stance recently. Everyone found out about the UEFA rule that they're enforcing. So people found out, they knew what it was, so they're going to all start, asking for loans now. They want a loan, they want an opportunity. Basically, they want to take advantage, that's how business is. That's what they're going to do. It's no surprise. So it is what it is. We just have to deal with it properly. Even with the Vega one, we sold him for much less. Well, not much less, but if you look at it, it's less than we wanted, probably 10 mil less than we wanted to sell him. But let's not forget, we also had a 40% sell-on clause. So that's going to make up that 10 mil, no problem, once he gets sold. So yeah, it worked out well. So, but even they wanted a loan at first. A lot of the clubs wanted a loan as well. So yeah, look, it's going to be hard to move these players, these last remaining players, because that they know now, there's no other options. We will have to accept the loan. But until then, we're going to persist and we're going to try to find a solution to get these players off the books. But I mean, Sterling, especially Sterling and Chilwell, I just don't see us selling them. I think there'll be loans again. Disasi, maybe we might, because it might not be such a high fee, because I think if we sell him for around 20, I can't remember how much it was. I saw it somewhere, 23 million or something, and that we basically break even, no problems. So another season that comes down even more. So that's what I mean. Loan can be good, if you get, they pay their wages off, and they usually, these type of players, you can pay their wages off. The club can pay their wages off that are loaning them, but not Stewart and not Sterling, not those type of players, unfortunately.
100%. Big up to Positive Soul. It says like and subscribe, people. Yes, guys, please like and subscribe. So let's go to this player. Man, Spurs. It says Tottenham made a contract for Xavi Simons. Contact for Xavi Simons in a few a few days ago, but his heart is set on Chelsea. Overall, Tiger, what are your thoughts about Tottenham Hotspurs wanted to hijack us with Xavi Simons?
Can, can I take the liberty to laugh on Spurs for a moment, Tibago, if you allow? They want to hijack Xavi Simons from us. At the same time, they're hijacked on their, one of the most prominent deals they wanted to make, that is Evriche Eze, after I guess, song left, right? So, and Arsenal just hijacked that. So, laugh is on them, and joke is on them, the dirt is on them. I mean, just look at your club. I mean, so yeah, another bottle for Spurs, beers for us. I mean, cheers. It's just how it is, man. He wants Chelsea. He's not gonna destroy himself at Spurs. So, yeah, banter is on you.
Positive sources, Dante and Tiger, sometimes it's delight to watch a great panelist face blue, smile face blue, both blue face. Don't worry, Dante soon is going to reveal his face. So just chill, hopefully soon. And big up to Yako again. Says the sooner the Sassi, Sterling, Chilwell are gone, the better. I need to see Fafana sold to a championship. Then the audience thought about this comment Fafana sold to a championship club. Oh my gosh. And the Sammy Simmons tweet.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. But I get his point. Yeah, I see what he's trying to say there. Yeah, look, it is what it is. He's making his own problems. If they're true, he's making his own problems. But let's just wait and see what. Give it a little bit of time, 24 hours at least, to see what the deal is. Because sometimes you can make a comment too early, but that's not really what happened, or there was a reason for it. So let's just wait and see first.
And what are your thoughts about Spurs trying to hijack the Xavi Simons deal?
Yeah, look, we know what happened with Eze, of course. I mean, I'm not sure they quite hijacked it Arsenal that bad, because Arsenal have been talking to him as well, so that they were both in for him. So that's pretty well known. I don't think they quite hijacked it. They just he basically chose them over Spurs. So yeah, look, they tried to because they lost him, and now they tried. They asked the question for Javi Simmons because he's that sort of player as well, very similar in a way to Eze. So they probably try. They asked. Good luck trying to hijack from Chelsea. That's just not going to happen. So look, they tried. Give them a bit of credit for that. It is what it is. They're going to try. A lot of clubs are going to try. So and fail, especially with Chelsea. We don't. If we want to play and a player wants us, we don't lose a player. So it is what it is. Yeah. Good luck to them, but yeah, no chance. But yeah, pretty cheeky from them to try anyway, because they knew they're going to get rejected. But hey, they must like rejection, I guess.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Guys, if you're watching, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Now we have the David Austin Bomber. Yesterday it says exclusive. Blue Core has reached an agreement to sign Julio Enciso from Brighton. Enciso is expected to initially spend time at Strasbourg, but is viewed as a long-term Chelsea player. So overall, Tiger, what are your thoughts about this player? Do you think he'll fit to Chelsea next season? Because this season they said it's going to Strasbourg. Next season, potentially to Chelsea. So, what are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, so I guess every time I have seen Brighton play, I have always liked this guy. I've always liked this lad. He has that flair in him, uh, and people will start calling me a flair merchant very soon because I'm saying the same for Garnacho and But yeah, anyways, I cannot hide the truth. But yeah, so I like that guy. I have not seen a lot of tactical videos on him, but whatever I test and whatever very little football knowledge I have, I really liked how he moves from the channels and how he gets on with the play. So I think it can be a very good deal, and I guess we have given him to Strasbourg, and then we will take him to Chelsea. One of the reasons can also be because our forward line is pretty much stacked right now, and we are also working simultaneously at the deal for Xavi Simons and Garnacho. So I don't think so right now when we have place for an Enciso, in that midfield or in that forward line. He's kind of versatile player. Obviously, he cannot play in the midfield that much, but yeah, can play at 2 or 3 roles. Let's see. I mean, he's a good player. He has the potential. I think so. He can develop very well at Chelsea. But yeah, he's joining it in the summer of 2026. So it's almost a year away. So there is a lot of things that can go wrong and hopefully go right with this transfer. But I'm very happy for Strasbourg. I must say they are. I also read somewhere the current squad they have of Tibago and Dante. They look really stacked. And I don't know, Dante can share more highlights about. There is also some problems, right? They're also playing Champions League, if I'm not wrong, this season, and there is some issues that two clubs owned by the same owner cannot really play or something like that. I don't know. There was some issues as well, but yeah, I'm very hopeful that Strasbourg can do some good upsets this time at the upcoming UCL. So we'll see what happens, but they are pretty much stacked, if I'm gonna be honest. So it's good for the Strasbourg team. He's not Chelsea's player till the next season, so not our worries, I guess. It's Strasbourg's worry to worry. When he'll be our player, it would be a it would be a right time to make any judgments about it. He has quality, but he has to prove it in the UCL and in the Liga One. So yeah, all the best to him.
Yeah, Dante, to you, just explain to us how this will work because the reports are saying that it's going to London to have his medical, but again, Strasbourg already loaned 3 players to Strasbourg already.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know how it work out. So it's going to go Strasbourg and then Chelsea. How this will work out?
He's getting signed for Strasbourg. He's not getting signed for Chelsea, so that's why there's no problem. He'll go under Strasbourg. He'll be a Strasbourg player. He will not be a Chelsea player. He'll be a Strasbourg player, and he'll be there for a year. If it takes 2 years, it can take 2 years. It depends. He might not never work out, and if that's the case, well, the price we got him at 20 million total package. That's total package, by the way. That's without. We don't know exactly the details yet. It could be 15 plus 5, so it could be only 15 million. So, which is very low for a player of his quality. Like Tiger said, he's a very good young player. Plays for the national team for Paraguay as well. There is for the fee to be that low, there's got to be something that's not quite right there. And from what I'm assuming, I'm just in my personal opinion, from what I've seen as well, he's sort of been in and out of the Brighton team as well. A bit of injuries, but also a bit of consistency. But I think more work rate and probably not maybe off-field stuff, as in training wise, I think more than anything, because he can be a little bit lazy on the pitch. I've seen him quite a few times. He's one of those players that likes to have the ball, but when he doesn't do anything. So I think that was a bit of a problem at Brighton as well. And I think that's why he's getting sold a little bit cheaper, because really, if you look at the player, he should be at least a 40 million player easily for his age and his quality. So when it's that low, there's something not quite right there. But I think Chelsea probably already scouting him. We know he was on the scouting books a couple of years ago before he joined Brighton and stuff. So look, I think they've seen an opportunity. That they have a great relationship with Brighton. Brighton probably called them up and say, hey, we want to move this player. It's a really low. This is probably why. Do you want him? And we probably said yes, because we can do that now, because we can sign him for Strasbourg. We don't need to sign him for Chelsea. So I think he's definitely getting signed by Strasbourg, not by Chelsea. That's why it says Blueco there. It doesn't say Chelsea. It says Blueco. When that happens, that's Strasbourg usually. So he'll sign for Strasbourg, go there as a Strasbourg player. It's another player we get to watch, because we watch, me and Tobago watch every games of Strasbourg. We watched last season. I watched probably 80% of them. Tobago probably watched all of them, I think. So another exciting player. And he'll compete exactly with Kandri Payet in that position. They basically play the same position. They're both 10s, both quite similar in a way. Probably, yeah, they're very similar in a way. So I think that it's also a bit of a competition. He's going to go there. They're going to battle it out. And the one that does the best at the end of the year might come to Chelsea back. Well, Kendry is a Chelsea player. He's on loan there. So that's the big difference. But depends which one does better. So they'll really fight it out there at Strasbourg, and that's just obviously a win-win for Chelsea, because then the best one basically comes back to Chelsea if they're both ready. They might not be, so we'll wait and see what happens. But it's a great move for that price. When you have a sister club like that, where you can send him to, to assess him and maybe try to get stuff out of his game, that's why he was so cheap. Like I said, maybe something to do with training, work rate, etc. Well, that's a perfect way to do it. And let's be honest, even if it doesn't work out, you're going to sell him in a year or two and make that money back, if not a profit anyway. So it's one of those moves that Chelsea, they can't lose really either way.
100%. And then also big up to Anopa. It's been a while. How are you, bro?
Oh, and sorry, Tiger. Tiger said they're in the Champions League. They're not in the Champions League, Tiger. You said Champions
Yeah,
League. I heard you
Conference League
say
playoff today.
the Conference League.
Yeah,
So
sorry, Conference League. Yeah.
there's no. Yeah, there's no problem with them. Even if
Okay.
they were in the Champions League, we already covered that loophole.
Okay.
Chelsea already had the paperwork ready to put them in the trust, and there
Hmm.
would have been no problem at
Yeah.
all.
Okay. Thanks. I had that confusion. I thought two clubs with the same owner cannot, play under UEFA's different competitions. But anyways, now it's clear.
Yeah, but even if they were, we
Yeah.
had the paperwork ready, put in place earlier in the year. Basically, Strasbourg goes into a trust,
Okay.
personal trust, and that, yes, so we still own them, but not. It's in a
Not
trust.
own
It's a
them
little bit
directly.
different.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
technical.
Like a shell
Yeah,
company. Yeah.
it's technical, but yeah. So we were able to play anyway, both in the Champions League, no problem if that was the case.
Yeah.
And that's nice. Thank you.
Anopa, how are you, bro?
Big ups, everyone. Grading yourself.
I'm good, thanks, bro. So, overall, what are your thoughts
Big up,
about
Napa.
Bluco, Strasbourg signing Julian Anselmino? I mean, Julio Anselmino. Also, you talked about Axel Disasi if you're to going to Panama for an obligation to buy. So, what are your thoughts about both deals so far?
Oof. Well, first of all, big ups to everyone else on the panel. Hope you guys are doing well. Um, Look, the decisive one. Honestly, I'm sick of these clubs always trying to sign our players on loan. They're not serious. It's really annoying. Like, we have to take risks of buying players and then them flopping. But it's so disappointing seeing all these teams just saying loan, 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 because they know some of these players are not as good as they probably are. But I look at the end of the day, as long as we get some sort of benefits, out of it, then I don't mind. He can go because he's not gonna play anyways. Disasi. And then in Sergio, this is interesting because I actually rate this player. I think he's a great player. Someone who can shoot outside the box very well. He's got that aggression. He's quite creative as well. So him going to Strasbourg is going to be very interesting to see. I'm actually very excited to watch how he does for Strasbourg. I don't know if he's gonna come to us because I'm seeing people saying that, oh no, he's there for a year, then he's gonna come to Chelsea. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if he does well, then you never know, right? But yeah, I think it's good business. Um, I just don't understand why we always have to do it with Brighton all the time. Like it's every single time we're dealing with Brighton. I don't understand what's happening there. I don't know what kind of something's happening beneath the table because I understand, you want to buy potential, but you cannot tell me their blueprint is just fully on Brighton players. There's no ways. There has to be other clubs as well. But I mean, look, I like him. I think he's a good player. Yeah, let's see what he does for Strasbourg.
Yeah, so let me read some comments. Papi says Chelsea owners Bluco have a blind trust for Strasbourg. Always both clubs chance at Champions League football. So this is the answer for you, Tiger Beast. And also, Tebogo, can you shed some light on current Strasbourg squad, how they line up, and they line up the quality. What is what are your Champions League chances? I think this season they might qualify for the Champions League because they signed some good players. I know, yes, they won 1-0 on Sunday. Was not a convincing victory, but again, they're just getting there. Overall, I think Strasbourg sign so many players. I don't know why, but again, hopefully it will work out because I don't like it when a team sign so many players for a coach to fill them in to do well. So let's see. And then also says, please like and subscribe. Papi again, he says he has 1 year remaining on his contract, which is why he was sold for a lower fee. And also him and players will combine nicely, but I don't think neither play for us in the future. Well, let's see. Let's see. They went to start back to develop, and then we'll see what will happen. But overall, I think there's who is going to pay for. I think players will do well for us. So we have this right now, right? This guy, maybe one love this. Villarreal agreed to a deal to sign Renato Vega on a permanent move from Chelsea for a 25 million package with add-ons included, and also heavy on selling clause. So overall, Tiger, what are your thoughts about this? Are you happy about Renato Vega leaving Chelsea?
I'm very happy with the deal itself. Not very happy with the whole situation around Riga. I guess 40% sell-on clause is just amazing business for a player like Riga who can develop, who can increase his potential, and then probably get sold in that 70, 80 million bracket. I totally get the 40% sell-on clause. So yeah, man, I'm happy about the sale. Uh, the details of the sale, that is. I wished that he could have made his name here at Chelsea. The day he arrived, I guess he had a lot of zeal, a lot of courage, and a lot of you know, lot of uh, desire to be the Chelsea player and to be at the club and shine. But I guess somewhere down there, he just lost his trust with the upper management of the club. Yeah, that's how it is with the new Chelsea, as I said on Pochina's stream as well. You burn your bridges with the top management, the directors of football, and there you go. It's done deal. There is no way back. So I guess that something has happened around there, or with Maresca. I don't know if something bad happened because I read some tweets that said that internal reports are that Maresca is still okay with reintegrating Jackson Vega in the squad. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Dante, what about you? Dante, still there?
Yeah, sorry, just grabbing a drink. Yeah, look, it's not not the money we wanted for him, but we made the deal work in our favor in the end. We wanted 35 million, got 25 million, but it's a massive sell-on clause, 40%. So, and we know he's very young, and he will probably end up moving from there if he keeps playing the way he played at Juventus and stuff. So he'll end up at a big club after in a couple of years' time for sure. So. We will get money in the future, maybe even a lot more than up to 35 that we wanted, depending on how much they sell him for. So yeah, look, it's a good move for us. We needed to get him off the books. He was never coming back to Chelsea. While Maresca was manager, no way he would be coming back. He burnt that bridge a while ago when he wanted to leave. Maresca was saying it publicly he wants him to stay and play and compete. He didn't want to do that. He left. He jumped ship, and then he wanted to come back like nothing happened. And that's just not going to happen with a manager like Maresca. There's no way he would accept that. Doesn't matter who you are. Happened with Felix as well. It doesn't matter who you are. He's not going to accept that. And he's got to set an example in the dressing room and for other players. So it is what it is. He moves on. He's now a Villarreal player. Good luck to him. We still made quite a healthy profit anyway because we bought him so cheap. So, and with the loan fee that was at Juventus was nearly 5 million, the loan fee as well. So basically, we've made a very, very healthy profit already, even at 25 million. So it is what it is. We move on. He's not a Chelsea player anymore, and good luck to him. That's it.
100%. Guys, if you're watching, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. So, I know about your thoughts about the Renato Vega situation. Do you think we shouldn't let him go? Give him a chance at Chelsea to replace maybe Liverpool Colwell, or selling him is a good option. What are your thoughts about this? And also, in terms of doubling up the fee that we brought in from Basel, and also a 40% silent clause. I think it's a smart business. So, what are your thoughts?
So firstly, to start off, this is a player I actually really like. I'm a bit sad that he's leaving. I remember that when he used to come in, come off the bench in the Conference League games, I thought he was I think he had lots of potential. I thought he was very versatile, could play in that, uh, double pivot, could play centre back, could play left back. So I think that was a very good advantage about him. But I think he dug himself his own grave when he started speaking about how, the demand he was making. I think he didn't do it in the right way. And since that time, I think Maresca was like, nah, I'm not going to play this guy. So I think it's one of those things where he spoke a bit too much, saying, oh, I want game time, what. So that's his own doing. He should have just been quiet and just, continue doing what he was doing because he was going to get game time. Well, actually, not really because Kukurea never got injured, but, you never know. You never know, basically. But yeah, I'm a bit sad he's leaving, but I think it's the best decision for him to leave because I think we sorted in that left back cover. In terms of that release, that sell-on clause, that is, I don't think I've ever seen a higher sell-on clause in my life. That is ridiculous. 40%. You know what? This percentage is gonna make me watch Villarreal and start some propaganda so that hopefully this guy can get sold for about 90 million, and then we get that 40%. Like this is crazy. I don't know how we've got 40%. That's crazy. So hopefully he gets sold for a big fee later on in the future. But I think and I think it's a good move for him to go to a club like Villarreal. And yeah, I think this is very good business from us. So yeah, I'm happy with this.
Yeah, I've saw the comments from the rival fans after this deal happened. Why Chelsea doing like this? How do they do this? This is crazy. They already double the amount they got him from Basel. Now they have a huge selling clause. Man, join Chelsea, you'll stop crying. So this from Fabrizio Romano, right, says Borussia Dortmund are now in advanced talks with Chelsea to sign Kari Chukwuemeka on payment deal from Chelsea, and Chelsea always requested payment, and the deal is advancing. The Richard Dortmund also want Aaron Selmino on loan as per Peter Berger, I think, and also follow up with that is this. Let me just go to this one quickly. It says Aaron Selmino already said yes to Dortmund loan. Kari Chukwuemeka strongly want BBB, right? Chelsea informed Dortmund that Arsenal loan will only be possible if Kanachaka Meka is permanent. So, Tiger, what are your thoughts about this? Are you happy about this deal?
Uh,
Tiger?
personally, I think, yeah, personally, I think Enzo have a lot of potential, and I don't know, Enzo being sold to, being loaned out to Borussia Dortmund right now when we are facing, some troubles in our defensive line. How wise is that? But yeah, I mean, he needs a game time to develop. That's not hidden by any miles. I mean, it's good if we are placing that condition that if you take Chukwumeka from us on a permanent transfer, we will loan Aaron Salvino too to you. So yeah, if that's part of the deal, then maybe yes, it's a good package that what Dortmund is getting, and Dortmund has been a very good club. Don't forget for defenders, especially they develop some really good defenders. If you, if I'm right, Nico Schlotterbeck was their defender. One more name that I'm forgetting that I like a lot in defense in the back line was from there as well. So, they develop a good heap of defenders, and they had in the past, good defenders. So that's a club that's known for, a good defensive lineup. So yeah, it would be a good club for Pennsylvania to develop for sure. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't know how wise it is right now because of the dynamics of how things have been playing around in the Chelsea backline with Levi Colwill being injured and uh, you know Chalobah is good, but the Dexter Disasi and Badiashi, I don't know what's up with them until and unless we see them in a Premier League game. We can't really say what's going to happen with them. Disasi is maybe on a loan move or with an obligation or option to buy. So yeah, it's very you know up and down, and It's a very shaky situation back in the defense in terms of transfers in current centre backs, and maybe I don't know what has happened. Dante can tell us better what has happened to Alfie Gilchrist. I like that guy a lot. I guess that was a real player uh, which can play at the back. So yeah, but yeah, I guess we are trusting our own centre backs right now, and maybe we are moving out the young players for development. But I personally would have preferred him to stay, just slotting like Alfie Gilchrist did the last year. But I understand as well that this is not Conference League anymore. That you can give players some time. This is now Champions League. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, that's pretty much
100%.
sums up what I think about it. Yeah.
What are you slaughtering there?
It's my door and it's raining out there, so the door makes creaky noises which are very haunting when it rains.
Okay, I thought you were slaughtering a cow there, so big up, bro. Victor, are you
Yeah,
there?
man.
Victor? Ah, man, it's not here. Uh, Dante, what are your thoughts about both Carlos Chukwuemeka and Asalmino going to Dortmund, especially for the Asalmino one? It's very interesting. Do you think we'll get enough game time there?
Yeah, I think obviously for Kanye, we know we want to try to get that. He only wants there, which hasn't made it easy for us. And he's made some comments as well, which I'm sure the club were not happy about, but they're going to try to do it. If Dortmund pay up to what we want, or at least really close to it, then they'll probably just do a deal there, uh, to keep the relationship going, because we normally have a pretty good relationship with them. So probably that's why as well. Anselmino, yeah, look, I'm not worried about him going at all, to be honest. There's an echo someone's got it. Is that you, Tobago, or someone's got their mic on or something?
I don't know. Maybe it's Victor. Victor, can you talk? Victor?
Victor, you
I
there?
think it's him.
Okay, he's turned it off now, I think. Yeah, no echo now. That's good. Yeah, Anselmino, he's gonna. There's no point him staying, especially with Achampong gonna get those minutes now. So let's not forget Tossin's ready now. He's available. I'm pretty sure Wesley Fofana will probably be available at worst next week, if not now. But he was on the bench at the weekend, so as well. So Wes should be available for this game probably. Buddy Shield will be back in a couple of weeks, probably 2 or 3 weeks. There is quite a bit of depth there, so for him to play a lot of games, I think he probably needs to go on loan. And I also think Maresca's analyzed him, seen him, tried him a bit, and I don't think he's ready. He doesn't probably think he's ready right yet, and so that's probably why he's come to that decision as well, to send him somewhere else to try to get more minutes. So Germany's a good move. Dortmund's a good move for him because they've got really, really good defensive trainers there. Some old school guys that are still there, and they really teach up their defenders really well. Very old school, but very basics first. So and fundamentals first. So I think that's exactly it'll be perfect for him there. How much game time he gets there, I'm not sure. We know they lost a couple of defenders. The one that came to Strasbourg as well came from their Koulibaly. He came from Dortmund. So they did lose a couple of defenders. So he might be able to get some game time there. So I'm sure Chelsea wouldn't just send him there. We've kind of learned our lesson with loans. It seems like all the loans we're sending them there to make sure they play a certain amount of minutes. If not, that club will pay a fine, or or something will happen. So they've kind of got really good with those deals. They've added stipulations in there. So I'm not worried about him. I think, yeah, he definitely needs to go. Maybe depends what we're doing. Maybe we're looking at another one to come in. But I think, yeah, Gilchrist is getting sold. He's been up for sale. He's close to a couple of clubs negotiating. So he will be sold. I know people like him, but personally, I don't see him. up to the level that Maresca needs. He's not very good on the ball, to be honest. He's not that type of defender. He's more of an old school defender where he'll give you, he'll fight for the shirt, jump in, tackle hard, play hard, but no real ball playing ability. So I think he's getting sold. He was on loan. He did okay, but they didn't want to buy him in the end. So he's been put up for sale, I think, for 5 million. We're looking around 5 million to sell him. So we'll see what happens with that one. But that's another one on the exit door. I don't think Maresca's too probably thinks he can use him or the club. They don't think going forward he's the right choice. So you just got to trust Maresca and the coaches and directors on that one. And I think a lot of the championship clubs are looking at him. So I think that's probably his level, in my opinion, championship level. Can he become really good maybe in 2 or 3 years? He probably can. But right now, you got to let some of those players go. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So yeah.
100%, 100%, bro. And also, Lopa, what are your thoughts about the Sugar situation? Because I was watching Dortmund, right, at the Club World Cup. He didn't have enough minutes to show whether they'll use him as a player. I don't know why he actually wants to go back there because RB Leipzig were interested in him and he chose Dortmund again. So, what are your thoughts about him going back there and the situation of Arsenal? Do you think you'll get enough game time there?
Oh, that's a tough question to answer because I feel like him getting game time is also dependent on him, his injuries as well. He doesn't have a very good injury record. Um, I've always said the best place for youngsters to go is Dortmund, because sometimes, you may not get the minutes you want, but if you're patient enough, an opportunity can arise at any time. So I think it's good, for him to try again. I think it will probably work out. And even with the Anselmino, I don't think he's ever going to really get a chance to play in our team. So yeah, both deals I'm really happy with. Yeah, it's just us taking care of business before the window closes. So yeah, similar to what everyone said, I think it's good for us, good business for the players and for the club. Yeah.
100%. Guys, if you're watching, please kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Now we have this news, right? Okay. RB Leipzig could be willing to sign Nkunku permanently provided Chelsea signs Simmons around 60 million. I don't know whether to believe this because the early reports yesterday were talking about RB Leipzig only want uh, Nkunku on a loan. So, what are your thoughts about this, Dante? Do you think this deal could happen on a permanent? Dante?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you right now, Victor. How are you?
Ye- Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm fine. I've been trying to speak since, but since I don't know my network is very bad, very very bad. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
Have you been listening? Go ahead, bro.
yeah, based on that this news now, I don't know the authenticity of the news. I don't know who the source of that news though. But what can we be asking for if Leipzig is ready to pay 60 million for Nkunku? What else are we asking for? So if they can be able to pay, and sure, Chelsea is ready to bring to Chelsea. So 60 million is a good money, and is a I don't think that saying. I don't know the source, and how reliable that source is for Leipzig to pay 60 million for Kuku. But if it's a reliable source, then so be it. And I think we'll cash out from it, and Simon will come to Chelsea as soon as possible, because we don't have, today is 21st, and the transfer window is closing maybe at the end of the month, and I don't think we have that that much time to wait. So if they can be able to pay 60 million for Nkuku, I think that Simon will come to Chelsea as soon as possible, and we have time for that. that transfers.
No, I think what this source is saying that Chelsea will only sign Xavi Simons for 60 million only if RB Leipzig are willing to sell to sign Nkunku permanently. Remember, we are asking for 43 million, so that's what they're
Oh,
trying to
oh,
say
oh,
there.
okay. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Now I know. Because I was thinking that they are ready to pay 60 million for Nkunku. I was like, oh, that's a that's a steal. Yeah.
No problem, bro. Tiger, what are your thoughts about this?
Um, I guess I agree with the chat. Uh, uh, we have someone in the chat who says, uh, Chelsea perspective. Coaching, hello, coaches in the chat. Anyways, how much is Nkunku? How much we are demanding for Nkunku? If I can,
40, 43 million. 43 million.
Okay, so basically, if this news is true, again, if basically Leipzig is saying us to pay for Xavi Simons and also, to pay for Nkunku, and then they will sign that Nkunku from that money. It's exactly that's what's happening. I mean, it's okay if that's how it is, but yeah, man. I mean, at this point, I don't care. Just sell Nkunku and just get Xavi Simons and then get Garnacho. Just wrap up the transfers as soon as possible, because as long as it takes to bring people in, uh, that much amount of more time we will need to gel in. Because I don't see a Chelsea squad that I mean, for which Xavi Simons is not starting for. He's up there. Yakon in the chat says that Xavi Simons is not an upgrade. I would like to disagree. I think he is. I mean, he's not an upgrade over Cole Palmer for sure. He's a replacement of Cole Palmer in some ways, possible, not in all aspects of the game, but he can play in that number 10. He can play a little bit on the wing. So he's a good prospect. He's a good player, and he can play in the UCL as well. So he can play in those big competitions. So he will start, in my opinion. And if a player is a starter, uh, he should come as soon as possible. So that's what my opinion is. So I just want to get these deals done fast, and I don't think so, Tiago, that these possibilities can be neglected, because this will come to a place because Leipzig is not ready to pay up the whole amount, and maybe they're thinking that if we pay for Nkunku first, then they're gonna. Sorry, if we pay for Xavi Simons first, then they're gonna pay for Nkunku with that sort of money, so as to balance their finances. Which I don't know why it's bad, because uh, Shesko was from Leipzig, if I'm not wrong, right? So yeah, I guess I don't know what's happening with them. Why are they being so miserly? But yeah, that's what it is. If this news is true, but again, we don't know the authenticness, the authenticity of this news. So I don't really want to comment, but I wouldn't be amazed if this is what is going to happen at the end of the deadline day, or uh, this is what happens in the actual transfer, because this is a very concrete possibility that they don't want to spend, and they want us to spend first on Xavi Simons and then they spend on it. This can very well happen. So yeah.
Thank you, Tiger Beast. Positive Soul says it had to come back to this. I knew it. RB Leipzig won't pay unless they agree. Agree. Sure, they get the fund. They pay out. Ah man, Leipzig. That's the issue with them. I think this their model as well. They don't normally pay big bucks for players, but they did for Xavi Simon 50 million. Now they want a sort of a commission for them, so it's normal. And thank you, Chelsea perspective for the super said says kick out Dante and Victor and I'll subscribe.
Who's this guy? He always comes in here every now and then and tries to buy his way in and try to kick people out. He's really desperate, this guy, whoever he is. He really wants to subscribe and come on the chat. I think. I don't know. Red flag on this guy, Tobago. I don't know whoever he is, but he sounds very desperate.
So, what are your thoughts about this news, Dante? Do you think this might actually happen?
I don't know who that source is. Do you know who that source is? I've never heard of him that well. How good is that
CF
source?
buying.
Yeah, I don't know them. I'm not sure who they are, to be honest.
It's a source from Germany as well.
Sports Build. Sports Build, yeah, they're the newspaper there that, yeah, a bit like the Sun in England. They just put anything on pages. I don't know how credible they are, to be honest. I haven't heard this from any of the big journalists, the ones from Germany that are covering this, so I'm not sure if that's true or not. So the ones I trust and I know that are always right, I'm talking about. But yeah, look, we keep going back to this one, but I think this deal is basically, we know why this deal hasn't happened yet. We're waiting to get a couple of players off. One was taken off, hopefully, not officially yet, but Vega will be taken off in the next couple of days, hopefully. And then we just need one more to sell, and obviously Nkunku would be one of those. So we can sign Simmons already and register him, because we could have signed him if we wanted to, but he would have, he's got no guarantees. We can't register the player. So we need to move one more player over the age of 21 so we can actually sign and register him. Until that happens, we can't sign him, unfortunately. So, but I do think the deal is done in the background between clubs. I think that's already been done ages ago. Maybe even signed on the dotted line, but it's not made official. Obviously, you haven't put the paperwork in. So I do think that's what all the top guys that are the German local guys, that especially ones that have contacts inside Bayern and especially Dortmund and Leipzig. So those guys have been right on every deal they've ever talked about. So I trust those guys, and they all say the deal's done. It's all pretty much done. They're waiting for Chelsea because their relationship is so good. Xavi Simon only wants Chelsea, but the important thing is our business relationship is very, very good with Leipzig. So yeah, look, I think it's done, the deal. We need to move one more player out after Vega to be able to then sign him and actually register him. So, because otherwise we cannot do that.
100%. And Anopa, what are your thoughts, bro? Because everyone got your opinion about the potentially Leipzig getting Nkunku permanently and then you sign Xavi Simons. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think this could happen? I don't trust them personally, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, and that's why I said sorry before he drops in Anopa. Sorry. That's why this would have already happened if that was the case, because that would have been enabled us to do the deal. So that's why I don't really believe this, like I said, from this source.
Yeah, I'm similar to Dante. I actually don't believe it as well. I think it's very unlikely. It's dependent on that. So yeah, I think it's just one of those things. I mean, look, I think it's one of those cases where there's no news to really report on Xavi Simons, so they're just throwing out anything at this point. So I don't think that's really reliable, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, so we'll see what happens in the next few days, but that is very unlikely to happen. We're not gonna wait for Nkunku to leave first and then get Xavi. I think it's all on us. I don't know what's taking long. I mean, I said to you guys the last time that I don't think it's gonna happen. That feeling's just getting stronger and stronger. But yeah, hopefully I hope I'm proven wrong regardless. But yeah, that's
Stop jinxing it. Don't jinx it, bro. Come on.
Let me tell you something. When I saw what happened with with Eze and Tottenham and Arsenal, listen, I don't want to be. I know Xavi Simons said he's only wanted Chelsea, but I don't want to be behind any hijack, especially when something's taken this long, or getting your hopes high, and then they just crashed before the transfer window comes through. Because the funny thing is, I didn't want Xavi Simons after we won the Club World Cup. I thought the team was fine. We got linked to him. They were like, yes, this is just additional. Then after that first game we played, and I saw how a bit we weren't too creative. Fair enough, it's the first game and everything. And I saw we're missing something. Then I'm like, you know what? Maybe we might need that Xavi Simons, something different. And then now the more days that go by, I mean, 10 days, guys. I'm telling you now, we need to do something. I don't want any last minute drama, any shenanigans. Just we need to get this deal over the line because it's taking very long.
No one's hijacking us. I don't think you'd have that problem for anyone hijacking us. I don't think that will happen.
Yeah, true, true. I mean, there's a lot of money for him anyway, so maybe we'll be fine. We'll be in the clear.
Yeah, positive. So says so. Ganacho not coming till Jackson go. Dante, no, not Dante explained.
No.
Ganacho coming to Chelsea won't affect anything in terms of registration. Registration. So Ganacho is safe. But if Xavi Simons, we need to sell and then and buy him so that we can register him. So Dante, I think you need to explain to him again. Maybe he doesn't
Yeah.
understand how it works.
So just basically with this UEFA rule and stuff, with the registration that they're trying to enforce, uh, it's just so clubs don't buy a lot of players and not sell enough players. So they want a balance on on the sheets. They want a balance. They want to have a nice balance so it doesn't look lopsided. So clubs abuse that in a way. So we have signed a lot of players, as you obviously in the last couple of years, 2 to 3 years. So we're on that scale where we had a few too many players. I think it's 4 or 5. I can't remember exactly. In the positive, so we need to bring that back down to not negative, but to be like at a zero. So we need to try to move 3 or 4 players basically that were registered before. We need to move them. The thing that's made that more difficult as well is because we had players under 21 don't count for the registration purposes. They go on a list which is a B list. A list is players over 21. We had a lot of players under 21, so it wasn't really a problem in the last 2-3 years. But some of those players, especially last year, turned from 21 to 22, etc. Then they become eligible. You have to put them then on the A list. So we're at that stage now where we had too many players up on the A list. So we need to sell, uh, especially after how many we brought in this season as well. We need to sell 3 or 4 players so that can come back to a zero balance. So it's not positive. So that's pretty much what's happening. So we need to sell another 2 players basically over the age of 21 so we can register, so we can sign another one and actually be able to register him. And that's Simmons. Garnacho doesn't fall under that because he's turned 21 not too long ago, but it's players that are 21. It goes up to a certain
He
amount. I
turned
think
21 in July. Yeah.
yeah, you have to be 22, closer to 22. It's there's a little bit of a loophole there. So he doesn't count. He comes in, you can still register him on the B list, not on the A list. So Garnacho's not a problem. But Xavi Simmons, and that also goes to if we want a defender, if we want to sign a defender, for example, that goes to, then we've got to sell another 2 players on top of that to sign another defender, centre back. So I think it's all tied together, if you see what I mean. And UEFA have enforced these rules because, clubs have been spending, not about the money, it's about, they look at it like they wanted to make things a bit more fair because we've signed so many players. And a couple of clubs started doing that. Nottingham Forest did that. There's a couple of clubs in Europe that started trying to copy the model a little bit, going younger and signing a ridiculous amount of players. So they want to, have control over that basically. So, and they gave us a nice big fine as well. Let's not forget. So, and they're fining, and you will not be able to register that player. They won't accept it. So that's why Xavi Simmons is not signing, because if he signs officially, well, we can't register him. So the player would never sign a contract, make it official to come to us earlier in the window because it's not a guarantee. So, that's what's happening basically.
100%. Guys, if you're watching, please kindly like and subscribe. So this last one, right, says Chelsea complex agreement with UEFA included a record fine worth 26.8 million, raising to 78.5 million by the key sporting sanction warned how the club may not register any player on the A list to UEFA club competition unless the A list transfer balance is
Oh, yep.
positive. So
There you
so
go.
clearly
What I was saying
explained.
pretty much, yeah.
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 So no need to worry about it. We just need to be on a positive side or balance. So let's see what will happen.
Yeah, so at current, we needed to sell 2 more players over the age of 21 to be able to sign another one. So if Vega goes, that's did Vega did he turn 21? I think Vega's actually, no, he's under. He doesn't count. I don't
It's
think he counts
19.
actually.
Oh, Vega.
No, Vega
Oh,
doesn't
Vega
count. Yeah.
it's 2021, somewhere there.
Yeah, I don't think he counts actually. No, I don't think he counts. I think we need to still move two players basically to bring in Simmons. So Nkunku, but even loans do count. So we loan out Chilwell or Sterling, that still counts. So yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
yes. Actually, no, no, no. Sorry, let me get that. I think they had to be registered last year. There's a lot of loopholes with UEFA. I think they had to be registered last year on the list for that. Yeah, so I'm not sure if it counts or not. I have to double check.
What
Yeah,
about the Suns? Because we
Disasi
registered
is
him
one. Yes, Disasi is one,
in the
100%.
Conference League, remember? Yeah.
Disasi and Nkunku would be the ones we need to move to be able to sign Simmons. Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Or Chilwell, that, but yeah, Disasi would definitely be one. He was registered 100% last year on our list. So yeah, Disasi and Kunku, those two go. We can bring Simmons in. Yeah.
Yeah, I says, Mr. Bolly, your time to shine. Oh,
Well, they're the reasons why these rules are being enforced. Actually, we are the reason why everything's enforced. No, it looks like no.
We,
Vega's good. I think Vega's good. He's 22 years of age. I think so. Yeah, I think Vega's good. Actually, depends exactly when. 29th of July, he turned 22. So it just depends when exactly. It's really weird. If you go read the article, it's basically saying 10 different things in one sentence. So it's very hard to understand. You have to be a lawyer basically or someone like that to know what they're saying there. But Vega might count because he's 22 now. I'm not sure.
okay, I'll have to read that because I don't understand those rules. So hopefully
Yeah,
I
Article
can read
31,
that.
32, 33 on the UEFA play about it. It's very hard to read. It's all over the place. Like I said, they write it. Basically, lawyers wrote that. Yeah, so they're gonna cover every base in a sentence. You can interpret that sentence in like 10 different things if you want to. It's just how you. It's very very lawyer driven and written. So that's how the law is, unfortunately.
Yeah, 100%. Now we talk about this game, right? West Ham versus Chelsea tomorrow night. Hopefully we win this one because the first game we played against Crystal Palace, we also saw the game. The players seems like they were tired or something was wrong with them. But overall, I'm glad we didn't lose that game because if we lost that game, we'll have a lot of noise from our fans talking rubbish. So overall, I'm happy we didn't lose that game. But I'm gonna go with a Tiger Beast on this one, right? This the lineup they predicted for Chelsea. So overall, Tiger, if you was the lineup, where would you change? This is the lineup.
um, I don't know what's the situation with Fofana. The fan base is reacting like he should not play, but I don't think so. That would be the case. So I'll start Fofana. I don't know the health and situation and everything, but yeah, if he's fit and fine, I would like to see Fofana there. Starting with, I guess, Tosin is good. He's training well. So Fofana and Tosin. Um, yeah, and then Cucurella, James, I guess both of these players are uh, almost untouchable right now. Top form, playing very well. So yeah, maybe the best left back and right back in Europe, uh, with very close competition from who else? Like very few players who can compete with these two guys on the wing backs. Sanchez, because I really want Jorgensen to start, but let's be clear. I guess Sanchez is the number one for Maresca. Nothing changes that unless and until we get someone really great. Because if it had to be changed, it would have already been changed, right? Yeah, and no new signings have come in from them, so I guess the same forward lineup will start. Maybe here and there some changes in the forward line. Maybe he can switch Estavio and maybe Dilap can start. Yeah, man, it would be interesting to see how the forward line shapes up tomorrow, but I don't think so. A lot of changes will happen in the back line per se. West Ham looks good, but I personally feel that we should do a very easy 2-1. I don't have so much trust on our defense and the goalkeeper right now. So I would say we could concede a goal, but if we are playing, you know, well and the squad has done well in training, it would reflect with us scoring two more goals than West Ham in any conditions. It could be a 3. It could be a 4-2. It could be a 2-1. Uh, yeah, it could be a 3-1. So yeah, two more goals than West Ham. That's pretty much my prediction, and we should win it easily. That would be my prediction. I have to go. I'm very sorry, Bagos, but yeah, it was a very nice chat, and up the chance to everyone in the panel. And hope so we win tomorrow, and I will be joining the post match stream. And thank you so much for giving this honor to be on the panel. Up the
Thank
chance,
you,
Dante,
thank
up
you,
the chance, Victor, up the chance, everyone.
No problem.
thank you,
Take
Tag.
care.
I appreciate it. So another right, this is the lineup they have shown here on a mob fob, right? Fob mob, I mean. This is the project lineup. So in terms of this lineup, are you happy with this lineup that you can do the job against West Ham United? And also, it seems like there's no Jamie Gittings. Are you happy starting Astava ahead of Jamie Gittings?
100%, 100%. I think this is what we'll see on or what we'll see tomorrow. A sneaky one, a very sneaky one, which I know Maresca won't do, but I would put Santos over Enzo. I just feel Enzo was a bit too sluggish in the first game. Like I don't know if it's fitness or what, but it wasn't the Enzo we know, you know. But I think this game maybe hopefully Enzo turns up because I think he's so important to the system. When he goes up forward, we need more, more of those runs, more of that like quick passing, more of that aggression. So if he can fix up in this game, that would be great. But yeah, this lineup, I think this is spot on. We'll probably see that. And yeah, honestly, I think this we need to kill West Ham. We need to show. I mean, the disrespect they're seeing from us when we drew against Crystal Palace was crazy. Like people already saying, "Oh, this Chelsea team, they were all this hype from this preseason Club World Cup." We can't be disrespected like that. We need to show that attacking flair that we have, the combination, the link ups between our players. I want to see Cole Palmer and Estevao. I want to see Cole Palmer and João Pedro. So yeah, this is a good lineup, and we should do the job tomorrow with this.
Dante, what are your thoughts about the lineup?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure we'll see too much change. I don't think, to be honest. I think Giddens will start again. I think he'll still play on that left. I think he'll probably leave it the same, especially coming up against West Ham. They like to play as well at their home ground as well, which the pitch is it's a bit of a large, a little bit more, not much, but it's a little bit of a larger pitch. Looks larger too, but it's not too much larger. But it is. It is a pitch we do like playing on pretty well. So the way they play as well, from what I've seen, that first game they got pretty hammered. That first game, to be honest, Graham Potter not doing too well there. I'm not sure how long he's going to last, but at least he's still there. So yeah, look, I expect Giddens to start again. I don't think there's any. I don't think you drop a player like that straight away after one game against a team that sits deep and plays tight the way that Crystal Palace like to play. So yeah, I think Giddens still starts. There'll be more room for him to run in behind this game. So like I said, the way they play West Ham, so that should suit him a lot more. And I can still see Neto actually starting on the right as well. Still, not Estevao yet, in my opinion, as well. I think will suit him quite a bit as well. You might see maybe João Pedro that change up front, but even though I still think he'll still the same. So I think you'll see the same lineup in my opinion. Besides the back, Tosin is ready to go. He'll be fit, so he'll definitely come in for Achimpong. So he'll be that central. I'm not sure if Wes Fofana will start yet. He might next week again. I don't think he'll start this week. So he was on the bench in our game, of course, the first game, but not sure how quick they'll push him back in. So with Tosin there, he'll automatically come back in for me, in my opinion, over Achimpong. So yeah, that's the only change I expect, really, the Achimpong and Tosin change for now. I think the rest will be exactly the same.
Yeah, 100%. So before I give you all my lineup, let's talk about the injury situation. Buddy Shield is coming back as September. Levi will already know about that. Tossing his feet. Omari Coleman, I don't want to talk about him. I don't know what is happening with him. Levi, Lavia, the same thing. I don't know, man. With Lavia, it's annoying. So in terms
Well,
of the
he's
inside,
training as well, so he started training. So probably a week or two, couple of weeks maybe. I would say 2 weeks usually when they start training. So
okay, no problem. Then let's see what will happen. So in terms of the inside, West Ham have scored 6 goals in their last 5 matches. Nicholas Cook has the most shot on target per match for West Ham. One. Chelsea scored 11 goals in the last 5 matches, kept the most clean sheet in the competition. One. Overall, I don't know. Let me just show you my lineup. Uh, Personally, for me, either way, if you start Estava or Gittings, I'm happy with that, right? So this is actually my lineup. Estava starting or Neto, I don't mind that. But for me personally, if you start Neto this side, I want Liam Delep to start because Neto can cross those balls, and then I think Liam Delep in terms of header, he might be better than Joe Pedro, but Joe Pedro is still good as well. So I don't know what
he
is
doesn't do
happening.
that with his left foot though, Neto. That's why he's on the right because he doesn't do that well with his left foot, crossing those balls in like we've
Mm.
seen him from the right hand side. Remember João Pedro in the friendly, he perfectly on João Pedro's head, but from the right, and that's why Maresca likes him on the right because he can put those balls in very accurately from the right. From the left, he can do it, but I've never seen him do it that effectively. Either because it's not natural for him. It's not as natural to sort of cross him in from his left foot on that. So yeah, I still see him on the right, but it could happen. Yeah, it could happen.
I don't like that. I said it after the game that remember we signed Jimmy Gittins to play as a left winger, and I don't want that situation when we already have him there and we're playing Neto there. I don't like that personally. So
Well, that's why as well.
I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
that's why for me
I think he
personally, like
deserves a
I
run of games.
exactly, I think Gittins should start this game. I don't know about you, Anepa. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I mean,
I get what you
Maresca did
mean.
this with
I get what you
Mudrik,
mean.
if you
Just
guys
I'm just
remember.
talking. You guys do make sense. If he plays there on the left, I'm still happy with that. I just said that like compared to what I saw when Esteval came on, we were different. Though it was more, we felt more alive. But obviously, fair enough, Crystal Palace are more, have more structure, have more, were more disciplined. So this is a different opposition. This is West Ham. So you can't judge of Gittins off that one game. Because it wasn't, he didn't really do much in that game. So if he starts, I'm happy. If Esteval starts on the right and Neto on the left, I'm happy as well. But I do get what Dante's saying that it's probably better for Neto to be on the right so that the crosses he brings in is probably going to be much easier for the striker in the box. So, yeah, this is fine with me as well. I don't mind it. Yeah, I think regardless, either way, we'll be able to do the job.
Yeah, and also I know you talk about the situation of Enzo Fernandez no study. I think we need to give him run of game as well because you said his fitness level at the moment is an issue. But again, if you bench him, do you think that will work out for us,
Yeah,
Anopa?
yeah, I get you. So it's a good point. He has to probably play a continuous amount of games first. Yeah, yeah, it's very early on in the season, so yeah, probably the same team should stay. But as soon as I see nonsense, I need someone to replace this immediately. I don't want us to wait too long because I think as much as we don't want to change too much of the team, we need to do things fast because I know the first game we can let off because it's the first game of the season. But if we don't win this one, I'm a bit scared. I'll be honest with you guys because I mean Sunderland whacked this team 3-0, so there's no excuses for us here. I'm expecting, if I'm being honest with you, I'm expecting like 5 goals.
Like,
It could be
I've
crazy,
got-
but I'm expecting that type of performance on a Friday night when the world's watching. We need to just fix up a little bit. So yeah, I think Enzo will start, but I think he'll be all right. Yeah, I think the whole team will be better this game overall.
I think we will win 2-0, maybe 3-0. I'm not sure about it. For me, I think we're going to win 2-0. And by the way, I know, but I think like right now, right, the issue that we are having at the moment, already a lot of teams in the Premier League, especially maybe Man City are late, and they already had a preseason games training with us, bro. Only just 2 weeks from from the Club World Cup holiday. So that's why we started so slow. Hopefully, we can
Yeah,
gain momentum. This game might be good for us, especially West Ham are horrible. So we need to win this game 2-0. I don't care if it's 1-0, I'll take it as long as they win to build that momentum for the third game in the Premier League.
yeah. So yeah, I guess you're right. The Club World Cup did enter because I was so I'm actually thinking the opposite way around. I'm thinking that the players, okay, fair enough, we're in the World Club World Cup, but after that, the preseason games we played, the patterns of play, the link ups was very good, and obviously it is preseason, so you have to take that into context. But with the Crystal Palace game, I saw nothing. It was so flat. So fair enough, it must have been the Club World Cup and the lack of preseason. But I thought the way it would affect us, I thought that maybe we would come in coming out on fire, and then maybe throughout the season we start to fatigue early. That's what I thought would happen, if that makes sense. Not the other way around of us starting slow. So that's what I thought would initially happen. So I didn't expect it to happen the other way around.
Yeah, I agree with you. For me personally, I thought Crystal Palace game will be tough for us because every time they play big teams, they actually do well. So
Yeah,
I
very
was,
true.
if as much as I want us to win, I'm glad we didn't lose that game.
Yeah. That's the most important thing. We didn't lose, so it's okay. It's not too bad.
100%. Dante, anything like to add before we wrap up, bro?
Yeah, and I mean, Crystal Palace didn't really threaten us, did they? They had like one chance, two chances. That's it. It wasn't like they dominated us or anything. They were just very well set up and broke down all our passing lanes. And I'll keep coming back to this, but the problem was coming from the back, from our defense. We could not play a ball out to our midfield at all. There was no link up from defense to midfield, hardly at all. So um, even though Anchopong played really well defensively with Chalobah, but offensively, and they did not link up with the midfield hardly at all how they're supposed to. So it's not their fault. It's just because they were, especially Achimpong, there's not many players that can do that role. That's why Maresca keeps saying, it's basically Colwell and Tosin are the only two that can do that role, that can do that link up play. Not saying that Achimpong can't do it in the future. He might be able to, but not yet. Not yet. So, and if you look at the graphs of the passes, that was the worst under Maresca by far, as in link up play from defense to midfield. So that really stifled us quite a bit. Plus, like you said, some of the players were not a little bit flat, but I think it was more to the credit of Crystal Palace, the way they set up and just how hard they were playing and running, where once you have a bit of a breakdown from defense to midfield for a possession space side, that breaks down a lot. And then you're more working and running around fixing that problem than actually controlling the game. And that's what I think Crystal Palace did very well after that. After that, we kind of recovered a bit once Maresca made some adjustments that second half. Probably the last 20 minutes, we started having like a lot of the ball. We were basically all over them that last 20 minutes. And that really moved the stats way into our favor, as you can see there. After that, those last 20 minutes, that really pushed those stats very high up. So because they just decided to sit in and let's get that result. They wanted that result. So look, opposition, you got to give them credit as well on that day, like I said. And the breakdown of from defense to midfield passing or from defense to forward was non-existent. So that was a big problem for me personally. Looking at that game, that was the biggest problem in my opinion. So I think Tosin will help that a lot coming back into that position. He will really improve that, and we need him against West Ham because West Ham, how they score most of their goals, well, in the air, set pieces, corners. They've got those Suchek, and they've got a couple of big, tall guys at the back, and they love those type of balls. So we definitely need him in that game to clear those headers away and mark those players. So he'll be very important in this game coming back. But they also like to come out a bit, West Ham, especially at home as well. So we should be able to really open them up and really rip through them because they're a very slow transition team. They got quite slow players in that central area. So when they transition, they're very slow. So we've ripped them up in the past, and yeah, I think we can this game as well. That's why I said Giddens. I'm pretty sure he will start again, and Neto because of their running power. They're more touchline proper wingers, so we can actually overload that, especially on transition. So I think they will definitely play. In my opinion, especially Giddens can't. You got to give him at least 2 to 3 games before you make that change. It's not good for a young player's confidence like that. You take him out of the second game already. Even with Mudryk, if you guys remember, Maresca gave Mudryk 3 games in a row, and then he struggled a bit, and then he took him out, and then he slowly started integrating him back again in the team, and then he was getting really, really good. Obviously, he worked with him off field because he did say not only he's working really hard with him to get him positionally to understand the system. So if that, yeah, after 2 to 3 games, I can see the change, but for now, I don't see it'll be. It's not in Maresca's DNA to make that change that quickly after you're starting a player. I just don't see that happening. I think Giddens stays.
100%. I agree with that as well. And also, Dante, you mentioned something that I've talked about after the game. As much as I like George Achampong and Trevor Chalaba, but they didn't help us at all in terms of build-up play because every time they try to make those risky passes, they always give away the position. And we almost
Especially
conceded.
Chalaba. His passing was horrible. That was a clear example of why he doesn't really suit that system. He's there because there's no one else at the moment. But if we had other options available, I don't think he would be playing in a Maresca team. Like if there was proper options available, if he had someone else, Maresca would not be playing Shalaba. But you play who you got and what you have, so you have to play. But I don't think he would otherwise. That's probably his major weakness. He's a good defender. He's good at everything. His passing ability is not the best. It's not his strength at all.
Yeah, is best as a right center back, not as a
Correct.
center back, because
Yeah.
centrally we need a risk taker like Tosin, Levi Colwell, a link up because that's why we saw Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer not effective during that game because there was no one playing those balls to them. That's the issue we had that
Even
game.
Gittins, the same reason. Gittins as well. Same, especially that from that left center back, like you said, Shalaba was left center back. So there was no balls going into Enzo or Giddens from him. He was giving the ball away every time or not knowing what to do and just going backwards or sideways. So that was the big, like I said, that link up play was non-existent to the midfield or to like at least to the forwards because Giddens, it was coming back to halfway line trying to get the ball at Neto, but they were not getting the balls at all there because it's not their strength. Shalaba's Achapong can do it, but the problem with Achapong, he's still got instincts. He's a right back, so he wants to run with the ball first, not look for a pass. He
Yeah,
wants to run, and he always
and
makes
then
a little dash, 5-10 meters, and then looks to pass. But then it's too late against a team like Crystal Palace. They're already set up to block the passes. That's where Tossin passes that ball first. He doesn't step forward 10-15 meters. He doesn't run with the ball. It's not how he does it. So that's not how Levi does it either. So that is a big difference. Your proper CC back, where someone he tried to do that, they probably told him and they worked, but it's in his instinct because he's a right back naturally to make a run first and then pass the ball.
person, and also I think a player that is close to that is Barishile. But
Yes,
again,
he can fill that role
Barishile,
probably. Yeah, yeah. A
but
third probably choice would be him, I think. Yeah.
yeah, I think closer to Towson and Levi, I think is Barishile. The only issue with Barishile only is lying on the hospital bed, nursing his injury. That's the issue that we're having at the
Yeah.
moment with him. So, man, I don't know, man. Hopefully, we can have Tosin fit during this season because we really need him. Without Levi, I think we're going to start again. But again, let's see what will happen.
Look, Tossin can do the job, no problem, in my opinion, especially against teams like this. He's needed. He would play anyway against teams like this because, like I said, their aerial threat and the way they play for free kicks, corners, to put into the like Suchek and those guys, they always score 80% of the goals in the air. So yeah, he's very important. He would have played in this game anyway, in my opinion. He would have been a starter if we had anyone available fit. He still would play in this game with Levi, of course. But yeah, he's very important. So I think he'll stay. He'll be all right. He's not really never been sort of injured in his career. Central defenders are pretty good usually. They don't really get injured, especially the way Tosin plays. He's that type of guy that sits back, scans the field, looks for stuff. He's not an aggressive defender, so they don't really get injured. And you can play them game after. They can basically play game after game, no problem, 40, 50 games in a row, defenders like that, because just the role that it is, the fitness is not that high level. You don't need the high level fitness. And like this, how smart he is. He's got such high IQ, as in, organizing the defense and positioning. So yeah, he can play no problem. If he does, and they shouldn't really get injured, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. And hope anything you'd like to add before we wrap it up, bro?
No, I think what you guys have said was spot on. In terms of the connection from midfield to defense was not good against Crystal Palace, and it's a major reason why we didn't win. And I think if we set up, similar with Tosin more centrally, be a bit much. I mean, I've seen Tosin, drive up the pitch as well, so he's going to be able to try to connect those balls to the midfield, and hopefully we're able to be more dangerous. I want to see more link ups from the attackers, so we'll give them a pass for that first game. For this game, no excuses at all. I'll be honest, if we don't win convincingly, not just win convincingly, I'm a little bit scared. I know it's still very, very early, but we need to show something. You know what I'm saying? Just something. Even if it's a bit of a 10-minute spell or a 20-minute spell, but we need to show that we are world champions. We can't just walk around with that badge and just say, oh, world champions, but we need to play like them as well.
Well, we kind of had that spell at the end of the Crystal Palace game. Let's not forget. Our best two chances came at the last 15, 20 minutes.
That is true. But I mean, that is true. That is very true. Actually, you've got a point there. But yeah, hopefully, just much better, just a much more improved performance compared to that.
More consistent throughout the game. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. More consistent. But I think we will see that. So yeah, I'm actually very excited for this game. I'm excited to see how we play, and I think we'll do a good job here and win convincingly. Comebacks, guys, we are going to win 5-0. You're going to be very shocked. I know it's just a random. It's very much hype, but when we do the next stream, just watch how I was correct. 5-0. Just watch.
The only thing I'll say to that, when a team loses 3-4-0 the week before, they usually concentrate in the films and at training on defense.
That's very true, and they're playing at home as well. So I'm actually against all odds. But watch, I just have a sneaky feeling. I don't know what it is, but I just have a sneaky feeling we whack them 5-0 Friday nights, whole world watching, and then boom, Chelsea have arrived.
Yeah, it's one of those. If we score the first goal, yes, they can open up easily after that, and we can smash them absolutely. But if we don't score that first goal, then yes, don't be surprised. You'll be, it can be a tight game.
Yeah, that could happen as well. Yeah, but we'll see. Hopefully, we just get the job done at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. So, guys, thank you for joining. I appreciate it, and also thank you for Coachella for the super chat. I appreciate it, even though he said we should kick out Dante. Dante didn't like it.
You need like $100 to kick me out. You can't pay. I'm not $10. $100 and I'll leave. No problem.
And also we had Yakun. Thank you for joining, Papi, IB. We had Positive Soul. Tiger Beast was on the panel. Victor was on the panel. I appreciate you guys. Up the chance. Hopefully we can win tomorrow. Then I'll do the live stream after the game. Peace.
Peace, guys. Take care.
Peace.